Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be working on the Trek SuperCaliber I have and talking about and showing you how to change your chain rings on a Rotor crankset. This is valid for every crankset they do apart from the 2 power and the power that if you want I can do in a completely separate video and will require different tools and a little bit more work to do. So let's start by taking the crank arm off. This will require a 10mm Allen key in the middle here. So you pop that on there and give it a bit of a pull down, and it's easiest to put your Allen key in, as I found, and just rotate your crank forward, which I'll find out in a second, but that's how you remove the crank from the start. And the great thing with this system is you do not have to take the crank fully out, which means that your preload and everything is all completely set, don't have to worry about that. And it's super quick. Like you're going to see, this is a 4.5 minute long video, and we say change the chainring in that time, which is really cool, and it's live time too. So we'll get the crank arm off. There we go, super easy. That's your crank arm off. Now, as you can see on here, there's an OCP on the inspider which we're taking off to show, for example, how to change your train ring on the road system. So your OCP is here. There's a line here which tells you where the centre is to line up to what the markings are on the axle. But let's get this off first. So remove the chain and that will come with it. It's nice and easy. So that's taken the chain off. Here's a closer look at the OCP section here on the chain rings itself on the inspider. Now you can see on here you've got 1, 2, 3 on the top, and 1, 3, 5 sorry on the top, and 2 and 4 on the bottom. That can be decided from basically where you use their app and ride with a power meter. It tells you what OCP you should be using on here. So the OCP is very visible. There's also markings around which is 75% of OCP, etc. So you can kind of tune your cue depending on what the app tells you. We're going to line up the line with number 3 because that's what I ride on everything I've got at the moment. So we've got it nicely lined up there on number 3, and now it's just a simple case of getting your crank arm back and yeah, screwing that back on with that 10mm. Now what I tend to do to start with is use a ball end joint, which might cause some controversy, just to get the first few threads in here like this, so the crank arm is on. And then what I do is put the Allen key in as normal, pop it in there, and then just start doing up the crank as normal. Now you'll need a torque wrench to do this up properly. I'm just putting it on just to show you what to do, but you will need a torque wrench that goes up to at least, I believe it's 40 Newton meters on this system. But as you'll see here, I'm just going to pop it in. But all you see is there is no preload adjustment needed, nothing. It just works as it should, nice and easy. Just going to do a little nip up here, and works as well as it did, nice and spinny. So no problems in that at all. So super easy. So that was 3.5 minutes and we've already changed the chainring. So in a race situation where you kind of do your warm up lap and then you decide what you might want, a bigger or smaller chainring from there, it's super easy on this system. Same on the road as well. So if you decide you've got a big race coming up, you want a 53.39 instead of 52.36, do exactly the same thing. So now that's done, what we'll do is quickly look at this couple of changes on the bike as well. So I'll change the saddle on the bike. So we've got a fabric ALM saddle on here now. This is 140 grams, nice and conveniently put on the nose of the saddle there. The saddle I really love and really get on with, and something I'm going to use for the time being until I decide what the next stage is with this bike. And we're going to do a little weigh as well of how much the bike weighs overall. So we've got this down now to 10.63 kilos. This bike was over 12 when I started on the project. We changed the drivetrain, we changed the brakes, we changed the saddle and the handlebar and stem. We've still got a few things to change, like the fork, etc. But this is where we are now, 10.63 kilos. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, comment and like, and I'll catch you guys later on for more content. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.